Well, guys, I gotta say, and I don't want to be the only one saying this, but gotta get this off my chest. Nintendo kind of screwed up with the Switch 2 reveal, so let's talk about it. Hey guys, Nishquik here, and as you can see from the title, thumbnail, and what I just said, yeah, Nintendo kind of screwed up with this, and I know this might come off as a little like pessimistic and negative, but trust me, I'm very happy with what we saw. I'm very excited for the Switch 2. You guys will see later in the video. I urge you guys to watch till the end because I have a lot of context surrounding this very hot take of mine. But I do want to make it known that this whole reveal, this whole presentation of what this new console is could have been so much better. And even though I had a lot of fun reacting to it in that first reaction video, which you guys should check out by the way, I do think that a lot of this communication and delivery of this information could have been done significantly better, and I will tell you why exactly in this video. But before we go forward and before I tell you why Nintendo screwed up with all of this, I just wanted to let you guys know it would mean the world to me if you give this video a like, because now that the Switch 2 is revealed, I feel much more interested in talking about this system. No more like crazy rumors and leaks about what this console could be, because we finally see it. And if you guys like this video, it's gonna help a lot more Nintendo fans find this video, and that would mean the world to me. I want to hear what you guys think, and I want to share this passion with you guys as well. And of course, if you enjoy Nintendo and RPGs as well, because I'm gonna try to balance out both Nintendo and RPG videos a lot this year, subscribe to the channel because I'd love to have you on for the ride. Anyways, let's continue on with this hot take of mine. So I'm sure a lot of you guys know where I'm going with this take, but it has to do a lot with, of course, the notorious leaks surrounding the Switch 2. I don't remember many prior console generation reveals. Like, I very vaguely remember the Wii. I, of course, remember the Wii U, the PS4, PS5, Xbox One. Like, I remember a lot of, like, the more recent things. But in terms of leaks, I don't remember the NX being as leaked as this, because before us seeing this Thursday's reveal trailer, we knew what the console looked like, what the Joy-Cons looked like, what the stand looked like, what the logo looked like, and what even some of the gimmicks of the system were. And that is kind of insane. And I know a lot of us are still very excited and hyped for this, and I am too. But imagine if we didn't see any of that. Imagine if none of these leaks ever existed. And then imagine us seeing all this for the first time, seeing the bigger Switch, the better Joy-Cons, the teasing of the mouse controls, and us speculating what that could be instead of us actually like inherently knowing, hey, that's kind of what it's going to be. And a lot of you guys can say, Nishquik, you didn't have to look at the leaks. You didn't have to see the leaks. You could have just avoided the leaks. And yeah, that is very true. I could have avoided the leaks. I could have like stayed away from them. But in this day and age of the internet and us fans being very active in gaming news and discussions and like social media, YouTube, Discord, it's almost inevitable that you're going to see leaks like this. Otherwise, you'll have to like really shield yourself from so many things on the internet. Anyways, yeah, so of course, I could have muted words on social media. I could have avoided Discord channels. I could have avoided YouTube videos as well. But you always have that sort of temptation to look into it. You sort of want to see what's happening so you can discuss with your friends. And of course, there's just the simple inevitability that you're on the internet and you're going to see these things. So yeah, of course, leaks are sort of inevitable, unfortunately, in this day and age. And I think that did sort of impact the surprise and the hype for this Nintendo Switch 2 reveal. But how is this all Nintendo's fault? You might be saying like, hey, yeah, again, Nishquik, this is all your fault for looking at these leaks. This is all the leakers' fault for leaking all this stuff. How does this all tie back to Nintendo? Well, I'll say this. During this whole 2024 speculation cycle, I remember when we got the news in February that it's not releasing in 2024, and then when we got the official confirmation that the Switch successor exists in May, we were all expecting something similar to what we had for the Nintendo Switch 1, maybe a reveal in September or October. And because of what a lot of rumors were suggesting, that's around the time when this thing was going into factories to be mass produced. And then September rolls around, and we have an empty month. No directs scheduled because all the directs were pushed back into August and even earlier. And the only major thing happening in September for Nintendo, if I remember correctly, was the release of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. And then even in October, the only major thing that was going on was, I think, Mario Party was releasing. So we're saying September or October, something around then, we gotta keep our eyes open. And instead of Nintendo revealing anything at that time, what we got instead was the start of the massive tidal wave of all these leaks, because this thing was starting to get into the factory, starting to get mass produced. And then, of course, we reached the peak in December where we saw the images of the console itself, and a lot of these accessory manufacturers started to get a little impatient and they just started leaking it themselves. And I don't want to really recap any of these leaks because so many other channels have talked about them. You can watch like Player Essence, Andres Restart, Botox Games. They did a lot of really good, thorough coverage on these leaks, but if you guys are watching this video, you probably know what leaked, and I kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but it was a little weird to see a lot of this stuff just happening and Nintendo not doing anything about it in terms of a reveal or a release timing or anything like that. Of course, they were probably a little upset. We have this reveal in our mind, we kind of want to do it ourselves, but I always thought that if they preponed this reveal timing, sort of like what they did with the Nintendo Switch 1, reveal it before it goes into all this mass production so you can avoid all the leaks, then I feel like a lot of this leaking, a lot of this revealing what the console looks like through accessory manufacturers and all that, it would have been severely mitigated. It would have made for a lot smoother of a presentation and communication of what this system is and what the console is going to look and feel like. So yeah, that's the major thing that really hurt a lot of this. And my major thing here is that I really kind of wish that we had an earlier reveal timing for this. Because, of course, like I said, there was nothing much going on in the months of September and October. And in my head, I truly feel like a lot of the hardware and the software is ready, because that's what Nintendo prides themselves on. They make sure that a lot of this stuff is ready so they can just put it out whenever it is fully polished, fully developed, no bugs, no issues, no nothing like that. Of course, like, a launch of a new hardware and a launch of new games are going to have bugs, which many of the bug testers and QA things just don't initially identify. But in my heart of hearts, I really feel like a lot of this stuff has been truly polished out and ready and just sitting on the shelf for a very long time now. Because remember, the initial rumors were saying that this was going to be a 2024 release. So if those rumors are still to be believed, then I really feel like a lot of this stuff is just ready, and they could have revealed it in September and October and just pushed this timeline a little bit up. Because now another thing is we got this reveal, and now we have to wait a very long time for that April direct to see more games, and then that means the reveal is going to happen in sometime maybe like May, June, or July. I'm thinking June, but just imagine, with all this stuff being ready, all this stuff being polished out already, imagine them moving up the timeline just a little bit. And with that, they could have, of course, avoided leaks through the mass production cycle, all that. We could have got our hands on the console sooner, and we could have seen games earlier as well. Because, of course, with this trailer, they're not showing any games, and that takes me to the next thing that Nintendo kind of screwed up with this Switch 2 reveal. The system looks great, it looks sleek, it looks really nice. I love the look and feel of a lot of this, but we don't see any games. Like, compare this to, I think, even the PlayStation 5 official reveal. We see the console, and then I think I remember, correct me if I'm wrong though, I think we saw Miles Morales and Demon Souls, and even a tease of like Astro's Playroom and Ratchet and Clank and all that, with the first initial reveal of the PS5, and of course Nintendo Switch, we saw a tease of Super Mario Odyssey, some third-party games, and Splatoon 2 and all that stuff as well. So my thing is, the only game we saw was Mario Kart. This screams to me like this trailer was supposed to be shown a little bit earlier, September, October, when they weren't ready to show many games because they wanted to still talk about Xenoblade Chronicles X and other games that were coming out during that time. And of course, other games that were going to be coming out and being revealed in like maybe a February Direct, which is probably coming up as well. So yeah, I really wish that we saw more games, because especially with the Switch 2, the whole kind of drawing point of the Switch 2 is that many of these third-party games are going to be coming day and date to the Switch 2, and many games that were not able to run on the Switch 1 will finally make it over to the Nintendo Switch 2 because it's a lot more powerful. And I was really hoping with this reveal of this console that we'd see more third-party games on the system to show, hey, this is an indication of what this thing is capable of, like maybe an Elden Ring or like a Cyberpunk or Monster Hunter, something, some current generation game to show Nintendo has still got it when it comes to third-party relations, third-party games, just something like that. Call of Duty, something to show and indicate, along with a first-party game like Mario Kart, because even Mario Kart, it looks good. I like that it has 24 racers. With that, you have sort of an indication that, hey, this is going to have a lot more players on screen. This might lead to better online functionality and capabilities, all that. So that gives us an indication of something there. But I really wish that we saw more of something in terms of like performance and fidelity in regards to this Switch 2 reveal. And even with Mario Kart, like I said, we can see that in terms of like content in the game, we're getting a tease of stuff like that, but I wish we had a even better look as to how the game looks graphically. But the good news is if we're to believe some rumors and journalists, it seems that Nintendo revealed the Switch 2 now so that it can allow third parties and other people to reveal their games and some other indie games and say that, hey, officially they're coming to Switch 2, hey, this game is coming to Switch 2, all that stuff. So that's good. We might know a little bit more before the April Direct, which is good, but it also kind of stings that we're going to have to wait like 3 more months for the April Direct to see more substantial high fidelity games running on the Nintendo Switch 2. Yeah, those are my big main concerns with the reveal, and if you really think about it, it's not really that big of a deal, because my two issues were the excitement and the hype wasn't really as much there, and then the second thing is we didn't really see as many games as we could have. And in the grand scheme of things, that's not really that big of a deal, but in my mind, like I said, if things were really pushed back a little bit earlier, this reveal would have been a lot more smoother. Just in my head, I really feel like it would. But am I like really disappointed? Am I super upset? Is this like the end of the world? Of course this isn't. Like you guys saw in my reveal, I really like the look of the system. It looks great. And as a Nintendo Switch owner, as a Steam Deck owner, as a fan of handheld gaming, this is very, very exciting to me. Like, I was talking about this a lot to my friends who are not as into video games as I am, and what really kind of like brightened their eyes and perked their ears was when I said, hey, these are the games that are probably going to be playable on this. The Star Wars Jedi games, Elden Ring, Cyberpunk, all these games that didn't come to the Switch, they're going to be on Switch too. And that's when they're very interested. They're like, oh, we don't have to play them on the Steam Deck, we don't have to play them on our PS5. And I was like, yeah, that's so exciting. And the fact that this is officially real after years and years and months of speculating and hoping and praying and begging Nintendo to finally reveal it, it is officially here, and it is officially like real, and it is called the Nintendo Switch 2. As boring as that may be, it is safe and it is good and it is the right move for them. I truly feel like it. So the things I talked about earlier in this video, they are things that Nintendo could have fixed. They did screw up a little bit. They did. But this is a learning experience for them. They know exactly what not to do when revealing a system now. And I hope this doesn't happen for the Switch 3 or whatever hardware they're going to reveal in the future. Nintendo Switch 2 OLED, or I don't know. I am very excited for the system, and I'm very excited to talk about the games. I just want to see the games. That's what I'm most looking forward to talking about. So let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section down below. I know this is kind of a hot topic and also a kind of silly discussion. Like, Nishquik, why are you even making this video? Like, of course, all the leaks happened. Leaks are inevitable. We're eventually going to get a direct. We'll eventually see games. I know, but this is just some of my thoughts that I just wanted to vocalize and get off my chest, because I enjoyed this reveal. I enjoyed the discussion and the hype leading up to it, but could have been so much better, so much cooler than it actually was. But I will tell you guys this. I am really preparing myself for this April Direct, because I have a feeling we're going to see some very strong releases, strong announcements, strong games. And this whole year, even leading up to that April Direct, we're going to see some good stuff. Like, I think next week we're having a Xbox Developer Direct, and for once I am very excited to watch that and get a lot of information from that, because Expedition 33, Doom the Dark Ages, and a mystery Japanese game. Who knows, maybe all three of those will be announced for the Nintendo Switch 2, I can only hope. But yeah, let me know what you think about all this stuff in the comments down below. Was the Switch 2 kind of underwhelming to you in terms of its reveal and the way Nintendo has communicated all this stuff to us? And did you hope to see more games in this reveal trailer? And what games do you hope come to Nintendo Switch 2, especially in terms of third-party games, JRPGs, all that kind of stuff? Also, wish me luck. I'm trying my hardest to get into the Nintendo Switch 2 experience event in Dallas, so please wish me luck in the comments down below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe for more Nintendo Switch 2 and JRPG content just like this. This is Nishquik signing off. Have a great day, and go play some great games today, like a third-party game that'll hopefully come over to the Nintendo Switch 2. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Hey guys, this is Nishquik. Thank you so much for watching that video, and if you enjoyed it, check out these two videos on the left, and maybe subscribe if you haven't on your way out. And big shout out to all my channel members whose names you can see on the screen right now. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.